What if I told you one blockbuster trade in 2018 still impacts NHL rosters in 2025? This is the story of Erik Karlsson, a generational defenseman, and how his move from Ottawa to San Jose sparked one of the most complex trade trees in recent NHL history. By the mid-2010s, Erik Karlsson had cemented himself as one of the NHL's premier defensemen. A two-time Norris Trophy winner, Karlsson was Ottawa's captain, offensive engine, and face of the franchise. But as the Senators slid down the standings and Karlsson approached free agency, the team faced a franchise-altering decision. On September 13, 2018, Karlsson was dealt to the San Jose Sharks in a blockbuster move that sent shockwaves across the NHL. The San Jose Sharks received Erik Karlsson and Francis Perron, while the Ottawa Senators acquired Chris Tierney, Rudolph Balzers, Dylan DeMello, Josh Norris, a 2019 second-round pick, a 2020 first-round pick, and a 2021 second-round pick. So who really won the trade? Let's break it down. For the Sharks, Karlsson was expected to be the final piece, and at first, it looked like a slam dunk. In his first full season, Karlsson helped San Jose reach the 2019 Western Conference Final. He was still an elite puck mover, still a force on the power play, and logged massive minutes, but injuries piled up. Karlsson never quite returned to his Ottawa-level dominance. San Jose committed long-term, signing him to an 8-year, $92 million contract, the richest for a defenseman at the time. But as Karlsson declined physically, the Sharks collapsed around him. By 2023, Karlsson had one final surge, winning the Norris Trophy again with a 101-point season. His value rebounded, and San Jose cashed in, dealing him to Pittsburgh in a 3-team blockbuster. In the deal, the Pittsburgh Penguins acquired Erik Karlsson, along with Dylan Hamaliuk and a 2026 third-round pick. The San Jose Sharks received Mike Hoffman, Jan Rutta, Mikael Granlund, and a 2024 first-round pick. Once a reliable scoring winger, Hoffman couldn't recapture his best form. He played 66 games in 2023 to 2024, recording just 23 points, his lowest output in nearly a decade. His role was reduced to depth scoring, and he never became a significant part of the Sharks' future plans. Jan Rutta provided steady veteran depth on defense. A stay-at-home blue liner, he gave San Jose 123 games of service since 2023, logging limited minutes but mentoring younger defenders. Mikael Granlund was the most impactful piece of the return. The veteran center, known for his playmaking ability, led the Sharks in scoring with 60 points in 2023 to 2024. His bounce-back year gave the rebuilding Sharks some much-needed offense. On February 1, 2025, San Jose traded Granlund along with Cody Ceci to the Dallas Stars in exchange for a 2025 first-round pick and a conditional 2025 third-round pick. With the 2025 first-round pick, San Jose selected goaltender Joshua Ravensburgen 30th overall. Ravensburgen is considered one of the top goalie prospects from this past draft, potentially solidifying San Jose's goalie tandem with Askarov for years to come. The conditional 2025 third-round pick was converted to a fourth-round pick after Granlund left the Stars in free agency. With the fourth-round pick, the Sharks selected defenseman Zach Sharp 124th overall. Sharp is a developmental prospect, currently playing at Western Michigan University. The 2024 first-round pick was the most valuable piece of the trade for San Jose. We'll come back to this later. Francis Perron, the second player dealt from Ottawa alongside Karlsson, was included in a minor move shortly after joining the Sharks. He was traded with a 2019 sixth-round pick to the Vancouver Canucks for Tom Pyatt and a sixth-round pick in 2019 that the Sharks used to select Timur Ibragimov, 164th overall. In 2023, San Jose dealt Ibragimov with Scott Harrington, Santeri Hataka, Zachary Edmond, 2024 fifth-round pick, and Timo Meier to the New Jersey Devils. In return, the Sharks received Andreas Jonsson, Shakir Mukhamadullin, Nikita Okodiuk, Fabian Zetterlund, a 2023 first-round pick, a 2024 second-round pick, and a 2024 seventh-round pick. Andreas Jonsson played only 11 games with San Jose, scoring 3 assists before leaving in free agency. Shakir Mukhamadullin, a promising Russian defenseman, now splitting time in San Jose's AHL system, and with the Sharks part-time. With size and mobility, he projects as a top 4 blue liner for the rebuild. Nikita Okhotiuk was traded to Calgary for a 2024 fifth-round pick. The Sharks used that pick to draft Colton Roberts, a physical right-shot defenseman now developing in junior hockey. The 2023 first-round pick from New Jersey, San Jose used the pick, 26th overall, to draft Quentin Musty, a powerful winger with scoring touch. Musty will join Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith as a part of the Sharks' most promising young forwards. With the 2024 7th-round 203rd overall pick, San Jose selected Austin Baker. He was later packaged with Radim Simic in a deal to Detroit for Klim Kostin, adding toughness to San Jose's lineup. Remember that 2024 first-round pick the Sharks acquired for Karlsson from Pittsburgh? This pick was packaged with San Jose's 2024 second-round pick, 42nd overall from the Meyer trade, to move up in the draft. They swapped with Buffalo and selected Sam Dickinson 11th overall. Dickinson, a smooth skating two-way defenseman, instantly became a franchise cornerstone for the Sharks' rebuild. Fabian Zetterlund was the most immediate impact player from the Meyer trade. Zetterlund broke out with 20 goals in 2023 to 2024, and followed that up with 36 points in 64 games with San Jose in 2024 to 25. We'll come back to his branch later on. Now let's break down Ottawa's side of the trade tree. When Erik Karlsson was dealt in 2018, Ottawa's return became one of the most important trade hauls in franchise history. Here's how it unfolded. Chris Tierney played 266 games for Ottawa from 2018 to 2022, recording 29 goals and 122 points. He was a steady middle six center before leaving in free agency in 2022. His branch ended there. Rudolph's Balzers showed flashes of offensive upside, with 6 goals and 17 points in 51 games. In 2020, he was claimed back by San Jose on waivers, ending his Ottawa stint. Dylan DeMello was a dependable shutdown defenseman. DeMello logged key minutes before being traded to Winnipeg at the 2020 deadline. Ottawa used the return, a 2023 round pick, to draft Levi Meriläinen, 71st overall. Meriläinen has emerged as one of Ottawa's most intriguing goalie prospects. In 2024 to 25, he went 8-3 in 12 NHL games with a 1.99 goals against average and a .925 save percentage, flashing the potential to be part of Ottawa's future tandem. Josh Norris became one of the most impactful players of the Karlsson trade. With a deadly shot and strong two-way game, he scored 35 goals in just 66 games during his peak year. But recurring injuries limited him to 236 games from 2019 to 2025. On March 7, 2025, Ottawa traded Norris along with Jacob Bernard Docker to Buffalo for Dylan Cousins, Dennis Gilbert, and a 2026 second-round pick. Dylan Cousins immediately joined Ottawa's core, bringing size, speed, and offense. He slotted into the top 6, adding depth behind Tim Stutzle and Brady Tkachuk, and solidifying Ottawa's center depth for the future. Dennis Gilbert provided grit and depth on defense, but left for Philadelphia in free agency in summer 2025, ending his branch. The 2026 second-round pick, still held by Ottawa, this pick represents flexibility, either as a draft selection or trade asset in the years ahead. With the 2019 second-round pick acquired in the Karlsson trade, Ottawa packaged it with a 2019 third-round pick to Carolina for another 2019 second-round pick to select Mads Søgaard, 37th overall. At 6'8", the Danish netminder has shown promise in both the NHL and AHL, with the potential to be part of Ottawa's goalie tandem in the near future. The 2020 first-rounder became Tim Stutzle, 3rd overall, and he has since blossomed into Ottawa's franchise cornerstone. Through his first 5 NHL seasons, Stutzle has already recorded over 280 points in 310 games, highlighted by a breakout 90-point campaign in 2022 to 23. With elite skating, creativity, and offensive instincts, he's the centerpiece of Ottawa's forward group. Now signed long-term, Stutzle projects as the face of the Senators alongside Tkachuk and Sanderson. His branch is very much alive, representing the crown jewel of the Karlsson trade tree. With the 2021 second-round pick, Ottawa drafted Zach Ostapchuk, 39th overall, But in February 2025, he was packaged with Noah Gregor and a 2025 second-round pick to San Jose for Tristan Robbins, a 2025 fourth-round pick, and Fabian Zetterlund. Tristan Robbins is still developing in the AHL. He projects as a versatile bottom-six option with offensive upside. With the 2025 fourth-round pick, Ottawa selected goaltender Lucas Beckman, 97th overall. Beckman currently plays with the Baie-Comeau Drakkar of the QMJHL. He could add more goalie depth to Ottawa's already bright future. Fabian Zetterlund, the most impactful piece. Originally acquired by San Jose in the Timo Meier trade, Zetterlund has carried his breakout form to Ottawa. In 2024-25, he scored 5 points in 20 games, becoming a key middle six winger with energy and finishing ability. At just 25 years old, he looks to be a long-term contributor. Erik Karlsson gave San Jose 5 seasons of highs and lows. He suited up for 293 games, scoring 243 points, with his peak coming in 2022-23, when he put up a remarkable 101-point Norris Trophy-winning season before being traded to Pittsburgh. Mikael Granlund provided an offensive spark with 60 points in 2023-2024, then was dealt to Dallas in 2025, adding more futures to the Sharks' rebuild. Jan Rutta filled a short-term depth role on defense, while Shakir Mukhamadullin continues to develop into a potential top-4 blue liner. Klim Kostin has brought grit and physicality as a depth forward, but has yet to make a major offensive impact. Fabian Zetterlund, on the other hand, blossomed into a 20-goal scorer and was traded for more assets to add to the Sharks' prospect pool. The Sharks' future now rests heavily on their growing prospect pool. Joshua Ravensbergen, drafted 30th overall in 2025, is one of the top goalie prospects of his class and could form a tandem with Yaroslav Askarov in the years ahead. Defenseman Zach Sharp, picked in the 4th round of 2025, is developing at Western Michigan and remains a project. Sam Dickinson, chosen 11th overall in 2024 after a draft day trade-up, projects as a franchise cornerstone with his smooth two-way game. Quentin Musty, selected 26th overall in 2023, adds high upside scoring potential on the wing. Zach Ostapchuk can be a depth piece for San Jose, while Cole McKinney remains in the system as a depth prospect. For San Jose, Karlsson's decline was disappointing, but his resurgence allowed them to stockpile assets that could anchor their long-term rebuild. For Ottawa, Chris Tierney played 266 games for Ottawa and contributed 122 points as a reliable depth forward. Dylan DeMello provided depth defense minutes before being flipped to Winnipeg. Josh Norris emerged as one of Ottawa's top forwards, tallying 88 goals and 148 points across 236 games. But frequent injuries led to his 2025 trade to Buffalo in a package that brought back Dylan Cozens. Cozens has since slotted into Ottawa's top 6, producing at a 65-point pace and giving the Senators a dependable two-way center. Fabian Zetterlund arrived in 2025 via a separate branch of the trade tree and quickly became a depth scorer, solidifying Ottawa's top 6. The true gem of the Karlsson deal, however, has been Tim Stutzle, who in just 310 games has already amassed 87 goals and 197 assists for 284 points, including a 90-point campaign in 2022-23. He now stands as the centerpiece of Ottawa's offense and future leadership corps. Ottawa's prospect pipeline also benefited from this deal. Marilainen looks like a legitimate goaltending option for the future, while Mads Sugard, a towering 6 feet 8 inches netminder, remains a long-term project with NHL potential. Tristan Robbins, acquired in 2025, brings offensive upside as a forward prospect, while Lucas Beckman, drafted 97th overall in 2025, adds depth to the team's goaltending pool. Altogether, Ottawa transformed Karlsson into a foundation for its next generation, with Stutzle, Cozens, Zetterlund, and a stable of young goaltenders shaping the franchise's future. From superstar defenseman to franchise rebuild centerpiece, the Erik Karlsson trade reshaped 2 NHL teams in very different ways. San Jose got one last elite season out of Karlsson before turning him into future assets, while Ottawa turned their captain's departure into a new foundation featuring Tim Stutzle, Dylan Cozens, and a wealth of prospects. So what do you think? Who won the Karlsson trade? Was it the Sharks, who bought time with Karlsson and now have a loaded prospect pool? Or was it Ottawa, who turned one superstar into the core of their future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next Puck Pulse trade treat.